Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to talk about something that's been said a lot in these YouTube videos as far as learning the load board. Um, Now, I've said it, me and a few guys have talked, stuff like that. Um, the best way to learn the load board is trial and error. I mean, it really is. So, I mean, that's everything, right? Uh, you try something, if it don't work, then it don't work. So, like, there's been one load that I've done plenty of times. I've done it 5 or 6 times now, and each time I go there, it's a 6, 7 hour wait. Last time I was there, it was a 10 hour wait. So I did a full 10 hour break before I even got in the dock. So, and then I know a guy that, because it's supposed to be a drop and hook every time. So it was trial and error. One time it was a drop and hook, so I was like, well, maybe the first 2 times was just like, you know, maybe it was because of the weather, maybe it was this, da da da. So I won't book that load anymore, out of personal experience. But I know a guy that booked that load, and he called me up and was like, "You're gonna be mad at me. It was a drop and hook. I got out of there." But I told him, I was like, "Hey man, before you book that, make sure like you give yourself some time." And he did, but ended up getting a drop and hook, getting out of there. So I mean, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good thing that it happened like that, and it does happen like that, you know. But learning these customers and stuff like that is the biggest part about learning this load board. Uh, the customer I'm at right now, I've done it once or twice before. This one, and the appointment's for noon, but they're only here from 7 to 5, right? So 7 to 5, noon is probably their lunchtime, right? That's why the load board says it's going to be a 2 hour wait. Or you're competing with trucks. So now that doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it is a strict 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock appointment. But again, it's trial and error. I've been here a couple times now, and as soon as if you're here early in the morning, and they actually have truck parking. So it's actually, see if I can't flip it around, so I'll show you guys. Right over there is where everybody parks for the night. Now, let's fix this thing where I'm not in the sun all the time. Okay. There we go. But yeah, so it's 7:30 right now. They open up at 7. I waited till about 7:15, just back to the dock. So they're gonna load me up and get me out of here, so I'm gonna be ahead of the game. And you know, there was I'm still learning the Northeast. That's where I'm running this week. I found a pretty good route that I'm gonna stay on. I'm gonna try to stay on it. It's basically, you know, about a 4 hour drive to one spot. I found a load 15 miles away from it. Drives back to the other spot, about 50 miles away from that, and drive back. I'm doing that 2 days straight, $1,100 per day. So it's gonna keep me working about 9-10 hours. You know, it's 4 hours there, 4 hours back. You know, half hour. I mean, 12 hours probably, 12 to 13 hours total. So got plenty of time to do it. I've routed it out. And it seems like that load pops up a lot, so try to stay on that one. And it passes through the house too, which is awesome. So anyway, yeah, learning this load board, man, is it's all trial and error. You're gonna get to some places. It's gonna, say live load. It's a drop and hook, and it's like that every time. Or you're gonna get to places that happens more in the Midwest than it does out here in the Northeast. I'm just gonna let you know. Typically out in the Northeast, from my experience, anytime it says it's a live load, it's probably a live load. So then there's times where it's going to say drop and hook, and you end up being a live load or live unload. And like I said earlier, I've been to that one customer 5 times. I think I've been there 6 times. Maybe it's been 5. I've waited so long while I was there, I can't even remember how many times I've been there. But yeah, I won't book it anymore. And each time I booked it, it was a 15 to 17 to, I never deadheaded over 30 miles to get to this customer. It's supposed to be a drop and hook, and it paid very good to get back to the Midwest. Because I'd run out to the Northeast and I'd drop down and I'd go over, and that's how I got back to the Midwest. And it just wasn't working out, so I had to stay away from it. It could have changed, I don't know, but I won't book it. I try to stay away from that area now. But yeah, man, you can make money over here. Just, if you get out here, because I know a guy that he did 3 months and then he quit. Ended up turning his truck in. We went to orientation together. He just didn't like it. Didn't like the way he was being treated. Apparently, he just had a bad experience over here. And that happens too. But don't let everybody else's bad experiences determine your decision. It's trial and error again. That's another reason why I signed up for a 1-year lease instead of these 3-year leases that everybody's signing up for. I heard the good, I heard the bad, and I did a 1-year lease with a used truck that I researched. I researched what type of truck I want, mainly based on personal preferences. I said I wanted a used truck, 2013 to 2015. Actually, I told him 2014. I said I wanted a used truck. I wanted to have a 13 speed. I had to have this type motor, shit like that. And they found one truck. Sometimes when you get on here, they'll give you like, okay, well, we found one truck for you. Is there any other truck here's a couple other trucks that may fit your budget or your specs. Now, if you just tell them you just want a Freightliner and you don't care if it's a 10-speed automatic or whatever, you're gonna get a list of trucks. They gave me one truck. I asked for pictures of it. They sent me pictures of it, inside and out. I went up there and he gave me the VIN number. I took the VIN number and I did a search on it. There was no major repairs done on it, which is a good thing. It had 236,000 miles on it. No, I had 232,000 miles on it. I'm sorry. And so I got there a day early, went over there and did a full-on thing on the truck. Popped the hood. Went through it, tooth and comb, and just made sure it was up to par, up to my standards. you know. And I only did a 1-year lease because it's also a used truck. You know, I know you can get a used truck and get away with a lot, as far as maybe you may not have to have maintenance on it. But if I get this used truck and I keep breaking down, well, at the end of the 1 year, I can turn it in. And, hey, this truck ain't for me. Give me another truck, you know. It's just trial and error. It really is. So, that being said, man, you know, just do some research on what's fit for you. You know, I'm not promoting everybody come to Schneider. I'm just saying what I'm going through. So, but you can make money over here. You know, new or used truck, it doesn't matter. You know, you can make the money. Now, if you have money to go get a used truck outside of SFI and you want to bring it on to Schneider, that's that's a good option. But leasing is, I guess, a more for people that don't have that kind of money. You know, they got a couple thousand saved up and whatever, and you want to come over here and start making that money. So, but all right, that's about it. You know, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments, or email me at newhouse, NEWHOUSE 2130 @gmail.com. All right, have a good one.